another thing that really informs how I do what I do, because if the church thinks of me as its number one enemy, they could do a lot worse than me.
Sure.
Because I have the benefit of having seen 20 or 30 years of people leaving the church and see how it's not all rainbows and lollipops and jelly beans and unicorns.
When you're out.
When you leave. That to some degree, wherever you go, there you are. And to some degree, faithful Mormons can mess up their lives and do damage, but ex-Mormons can mess up their lives and do damage. And there's no magic pill to just losing your faith in your religion and then happily ever after. That's just not what a lot of people experience. Some people blow up their marriages. Some people become alcoholics. Some people become addicted to drugs or psychedelic experiences, or sexually experiment in ways that become destructive to them or their loved ones. All sorts of things, ruin relationships. And again, all that stuff can happen in the church too. But the other thing is, I just have come to see that many people are better off. Many people are better off with some sort of faith, or with some sort of community, or with some set of packaged morality and identity that is just offered to them. The simplicity of like, here's a structure. Just follow this. Many people are better off with that, and many people not all, but many of people that I've known without any sense of spirituality, any sense of the divine, any moral boundaries, any community or moral structure, they don't do well. They don't thrive, and they get lost, and they get unhealthy. So I'm not anti-Mormon. I'm not anti-Mormon church. I'm not anti-LDS church. I'm not anti-Christian. I'm not anti-theist. I'm like, there's a whole toolbox of things that can help people enhance their lives. And I'm for just that full toolbox being made available, and then people using, whether it's Stoicism or Buddhism or Mormonism or atheism or secularism or skepticism or science or Christianity, big, beautiful toolbox or buffet. Whatever you do, construct a healthy, meaningful, joyous life where you're doing the most good for yourself and others and doing the least harm. That's my worldview, and that's why I do what I do. And that's how I combat the potential negativity and the weight of what this job could very easily be.
And I think ultimately what spurred me on to really step into that next space was an episode that you did. I think it was like the state of the OSF, probably in the summer of 2022 or something like that, where you said basically, hey, all of my listeners out there, and I'm paraphrasing, if you are simply tuning in to watch this just to continually feel critical and to be justified in your feelings and your sorrow and your frustrations and so on and so forth, if that's all you're doing and you're not doing anything to move forward in a healthy way, whatever that may be, whether you stay in or you get out or whatever it may be, then you're missing the point of Mormon Stories. And that was like a big slap across the face, because I realized that for those previous, 4 or 5 years or so, as I had just dug so deeply into all of the Mormon Stories episodes and criticism and all those kind of things, even though it was good to learn and process, I realized that I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't utilizing this new birth, this new information to be a better person. So,
wow, I didn't know. I don't think of those updates, those transparency updates or whatever, as ones that are necessarily influencing people in their life choices. So there's been many great and influential episodes that I've watched. The Tom Phillips, amazing. Richard Bushman, Greg Prince, Jeremy Runnels, right? Over and over and over again. It's weird for me to sit here and be like Dave McKenzie, right? But that was one that kicked me in the pants. And I'm like, okay, what are you going to do next? So I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
People often apologize once they've stopped listening, and they'll say, I'm so sorry I don't listen anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, pat yourself on the back. This is the time for celebration. Like, it means you graduated.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the purpose of...
What are you doing next?
The purpose of your faith transition isn't to constantly always obsess about Mormonism, unless that's fun for you.
Sure.
But the purpose is to give you the gift of the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And that's the goal. And if that means leaving Mormon Stories
Yep.
and not donating, whatever, that's success for me and Margie.